something that joins us all together is the opportunity to sing together. So why don't we start by singing together our very first song, which is very familiar, I'm sure, "O Come All Ye Faithful." Well done, everyone. I'd like to welcome now our St. Gemma's Hospice Medical Director, Dr. Mike Stockton. Please put your hands together and give a warm welcome to Dr. Mike Stockton.
Thank you very much. So, good evening, everybody, and a really, really warm welcome here this evening. So, as Lawrence has said, I'm Mike Stockton. I'm a doctor and the medical director here. I may know some of you. I work out in the community of Leeds with our community team. you may well have been expecting to see Kerry Jackson here tonight. Kerry is our chief executive. Kerry loves this event. She really cherishes this event, but she's got a fantastic excuse this year. So yesterday, Kerry got married. Woohoo! So I'm sure you'll join me in extending our very best wishes to Kerry, who was married to Ian yesterday. So many congratulations, Kerry. And we do look forward to having you back at work once you've had a well-deserved break. So thank you very much. So it is undoubted in my mind to stand here before you that this is a real honour for me to represent the staff and the volunteers of St. Gemma's Hospice. And we welcome you here tonight to this ceremony of Light Up a Life. And it's such a particular pleasure to have you all here in person, face to face, human beings with human beings. I think we've all missed that connection that we have with each other. So just to see you here and to see the energy and to feel that connection is amazing. We've done this event for the last 2 years online, so being here tonight is very special. And I think in spite of the cold weather and the Arctic freezing winds, it is so much better and such a relief to be with you tonight. So thank you very much. So we were delighted over this last year to hear from so many people who had been on the online event. So again, we want to extend a warm welcome to those who are able to join us online again. Some people are local, some people across the UK, but we have people joining us online across Europe and the USA. So again, a very, very warm welcome to you. And I hope that over the internet and online, you're still going to feel the love and the connection and the energy that we have here tonight. So it is wonderful to be here with you all, spending this special time together. And it is important that we take time to remember and to reflect and to cherish the memories of our loved ones, and especially at this time of the year. Now, I know some of us may have lost someone very recently. For others, it may have been some time ago. However, whatever your situation, however you may be feeling, I hope that lighting up lives tonight will bring you some comfort. And I hope that you know that you're not alone as you join us in remembering and honouring the people who have meant and continue to mean so much to us. And I do hope that you feel and recognise this strong sense of compassion and kindness, care and love, so evident that it's here tonight. And hopefully you'll see that these are the characteristics at the centre of St. Gemma's, but I think they also reflect the warmth and the strength and the love of our community here in Leeds, the people of Leeds, you people. Before we continue on to the ceremony tonight, I'd like to say a heartfelt thank you to you all for dedicating your lights and sending in the names of special people that you're remembering here tonight. So your generous donations have already raised a fantastic £61,000. So thank you very much for that. And this will go towards helping patient care, caring for their loved ones. And it will make an enormous difference over the coming weeks and the coming months whilst we help local families in distress. So the team here at St. Gemma's have worked so hard over the last few years, as I'm sure many people have, so that we can continue to provide the best care that we can for patients and families. And you'll appreciate this is despite some of the major challenges that the pandemic has brought to all of us, not just us, but I'm sure to everybody. And this level of care would not have been possible without the amazing support of our community. There is absolutely no doubt about that, and that includes every one of you. So thank you once again. It really does mean the world to us that we can continue to provide this vital care for patients and their families at St. Gemma's. And I've worked at St. Gemma's for 25 years, and I know that right at the centre, right at the heart of what we do, are patients and their families, and we never forget that. Finally, I would like to thank Lady Anna Ogden, who has kindly sponsored our trees for tonight. The trees have looked spectacular online, but when you see them lit up tonight, they are amazing, absolutely amazing. And each and every light shining on those trees, shining brightly in the memory of all those that we love. So thank you very much. I'm now going to hand back over to Lawrence McGonigal, who's going to guide us through the rest of the ceremony tonight. Thanks very much.
Thank you, Dr. Mike Stockton. As I stand here, the rousing words of "O come all ye faithful" that we sang a little earlier are still ringing in my ears. It might seem strange to start an event like Light Up a Life with something so upbeat, and yet this carol wasn't written at a time when people experienced no difficulties, no pain, no suffering. Quite the opposite. But there is something here that reaches out to us through the darkness. A signpost that reminds us that while darkness, pain, and loss are real, they don't have the final say. We may not feel entirely triumphant or joyful at the moment, but the song is an invitation to hold on to hope, to hold on to the possibility of a better future, even when times have been challenging and tough. Listening to so many voices singing together also reminds me of something so incredibly important and so incredibly St. Gemma's. We are not alone. We have one another, friends, family, community. These are the very foundations of St. Gemma's and of our amazing Leeds community. The hope we share together and bring to one another is a light in the dark. While I think of the wonderful work done by our St. Gemma's staff and volunteers, I'm also inspired and hope-filled by the patients and family members I've met over the last year, both in the hospice building here and in the community. People not counting the cost of caring for others, the sick, the dying, and the bereaved. What a hope and inspiration they are to us, and what a light they shine in the darkness. Mindful of all these people who bring hope and light, I now want to invite Sheila, a member of our spiritual and pastoral care team, to step forward and to light our candles.
Thank you, Lawrence. One thing is always certain about St. Gemma's. We are never alone. This evening, we join together in hope. We remember and share light with the people we have travelled with along the road, whether our journey has been recent or even many years ago. As we light our first candle, we remember all our loved ones whose memory has brought us here today. While dying separates us, we all remember with gratitude the light that they brought to our lives, precious memories and shared moments that we hold on to and will never ever be lost in our lives. As we light our second candle, we remember our current St. Gemma's patients at home or in the community or here in our hospice building. We remember their family members, friends and carers, as well as our dedicated staff and all our volunteers. Lighting our third candle, we recall, as we draw close to Christmas, people of other faiths who are also part of our St. Gemma's family, who have festivals at this time of year too. May we be a light to one another.
Thank you, Sheila. We pause now for a moment and reflect. We remember our loved ones, our families and friends, our St. Gemma's community. No matter what our differences, old or young, family or friend, religious or non-religious, we are all gathered this evening into this circle of light. Ladies and gentlemen, it is my genuine pleasure to invite the pupils of not one but two of our wonderful local primary schools to lead us in welcoming that circle of light as they sing two carols for us, Away in a Manger and On a Starry Night. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome and put your hands together for the pupils and staff of the Immaculate Heart of Mary RC Primary School and Our Lady of Good Counsel Catholic Primary School. Let's give them a warm welcome. Ladies and gentlemen, please put your hands together and give a very warm thanks to the amazing pupils and staff of Our Lady of Good Counsel Catholic Primary School and the Immaculate Heart of Mary Primary School. Well done, brilliant. In a way, it's hard to believe that it's over 40 years now since St. Gemma's Hospice was founded. So much has changed in that time, including the diverse mix of the community we serve. We are delighted to welcome one of our trustees to the stage this evening, who will share with us his reflection and passion about the hospice being at the heart of the community. So ladies and gentlemen, please put your hands together to welcome local GP and St. Gemma's Hospice trustee, Dr. Mo Sattar.
Thank you, Lawrence. Hello and good evening, everyone. My name is Dr. Mo Sattar, and I'm a trustee on the board here at St. Gemma's. I'm delighted and honoured to be speaking to you at our Light Up a Life event. My job is working as a GP, and in that role, I often find myself providing care to patients who are terminally ill or dying, providing support to them and their loved ones. I'm passionate about advocating for patients and really value being on their side. And I can see this same value expressed in the ethos of St. Gemma's, and I witness it in the hard work of staff and volunteers every time I step through the door at St. Gemma's. Both in my role as a GP and in the work of St. Gemma's, we care for people who are dying. But alongside the necessary medical care, we also try to help people in a much broader sense. We think of each person as a unique human being with their individual history, values, relationships, and experiences. In short, we try to help each person to live well until they die. I joined the St. Gemma's board in 2019, having already worked in other hospices during my training. I'm really passionate about high-quality palliative care, and I wanted to help lead and shape the future of St. Gemma's, and it is a privilege to do so. I'm also passionate about our community and about making sure that St. Gemma's care is available to everyone, whatever their background, religion, race, or identity. The Sisters of the Cross and Passion, who established St. Gemma's over 40 years ago, wanted that inclusion, and it is our aim as a board to keep that vision alive. The care that St. Gemma's provides is so vital, whether it is provided here in our inpatient unit, in people's homes, in care homes, or in hostels, whether it is providing counselling for bereaved adults and children, or providing education for professionals across our city to make sure that high quality care can be received by many more people. You probably already know that most of St. Gemma's care is funded by the generosity of you, our local community. And this has been the case since the St. Gemma's first opened its doors. You never let us down. St. Gemma's is our hospice, woven into the very fabric of Leeds life, and we are here to serve the people of Leeds. We are here today at Light Up of a Life to remember those who are no longer with us. Many of you here are here today because your loved one received care and support from the St. Gemma's team. As painful as it may be to carry the loss of your loved one, we hope that you find some comfort today in our shared experience. We are all remembering together. We are so pleased that you could join us today. Thank you for being part of our St. Gemma's community. And please, do stay close to us in the months and years ahead. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, local GP and St. Gemma's trustee, Dr. Mo Sattar. I'm sure you can well imagine that we receive a lot of cards and messages throughout the year from people who have had direct experience of the services offered by St. Gemma's. And this evening, I'm delighted to welcome Jonathan Mountford, who will share with us a flavour of his experience of St. Gemma's. We're going to have a brief video now from Jonathan.
My mum was an incredibly healthy lady throughout the whole of her life. She did get Parkinson's in her mid-70s, but she battled through that, and most people didn't even notice she had it. She didn't retire until she was 80 as a yoga teacher. I think she wanted to go on until she was 100, but anyway, that couldn't happen. She got diagnosed with pulmonary fibrosis in her early 80s. This one was quite a defined journey. And my mum had made this decision. She got a feeling about St. Gemma's, and that's where she wanted to end up. From the moment the ambulance arrived, and I was following the ambulance in my car, and my brother was in the ambulance with her, from absolutely the first second she entered the door, and indeed prior to that with the community people, it was exemplary. She'd started to lose her dignity at home. There's only so much as a family. I mean, we did everything we possibly could at home, but there's only so much you can do. And my dad has his own health concerns. So this was the right place for her to be, and she almost instantly had her dignity restored. For the following week, she was here for 17 days in total, and she was relatively well, so to speak, in that first week or 10 days, and she was content. We laughed and we joked. I didn't expect to have fun in a hospice. But it was brilliant to spend time with my brothers and my dad, with my mum, in those very, very precious, last couple of weeks of her life. We were part of the care package. I didn't realise that. It wasn't just my mum. We were going through a tough time too, and the nurses very cleverly deal with that in a very appropriate way. But I did realise that we were part of the service that St Gemma's offer. I didn't have a plan to stay connected with St Gemma's. Who stays connected to a hospice? They're places that most of us try and avoid for most of our lives. But the time that my mum was with you was precious at the time. But, as time goes by, the memory of how good you made that very challenging time in our life, we all thank St Gemma's for that.
Ladies and gentlemen, Jonathan Mountford. Let's give him an applause. At St Gemma's, we have a real sense of privilege, knowing that we walk alongside patients and families during difficult times. We are here. You never need to walk this path alone. We welcome now our very own St Gemma's Choir, who will perform 2 songs for us tonight. The first is a song written and recorded by British singer-songwriter Labi Siffre. Released as a single in 1987, it was one of the biggest successes of his career, peaking at number 4 on the UK singles chart. Something Inside So Strong carries a deep and powerful message of hope in the face of dark moments. The second song was originally recorded and released in 1997 by Janet Jackson. Together Again speaks powerfully of her sense of deep connectedness in the face of loss. So, ladies and gentlemen, we welcome to the stage and we listen to our own St Gemma's Choir. If you know the words, I'm sure they won't mind you adding your voice as well. Ladies and gentlemen, St Gemma's Choir.
brothers and sisters, when you insist we're just not good enough. Not good enough. When we know better, just look at me in the eyes and say, we're gonna do it anyway. We're gonna do it anyway, anyway. 'Cause there's something inside so
Ladies and gentlemen, the St. Gemma's Hospice Choir. And so we turn our minds now to the moments of lighting up our trees. There is something deep within us that longs for lights. And how beautiful those lights look as they cut through the dark. As we wait for the lights to be switched on, we quietly recall with a sense of gratitude moments and memories from the lives of those family members and friends that have brought us together here this evening. We're going to light our individual candles now, so let's do so in silence. I can see that quite a number of the lights are already lit. It's hard to fight backlight, but that's a good thing, I think. So if you would like to light your candle, you might be able to turn to the person next to you who has already lit their candle if you're struggling to light your own. What I want to invite you all to do now is very carefully, being mindful of the people around you, is just take your lighted candle and lift it high. Lift it high. And as you do so, remember the name or the names of the person or people that bring you here this evening, their amazing lives and the love that they had for each of us. Just hold it there for a moment. And down again. I want to invite somebody special onto the stage this evening. Is that you? Good gracious me, do you want to come over? Do you want to tell everybody what your name is?
Jacob.
So this is Jacob. Shall we give a round of applause to Jacob? And how old are you, Jacob?
8.
Jacob's 8. I'm glad I asked that because in my notes it said he was 7. I would have been in trouble, wouldn't I? And Jacob is here. He's going to help us do something very special this evening because Jacob's dad is one of our patients at the moment. I think he's just inside. He's just inside the reception. Do you want to say what your dad's name is?
Steve.
Steve, that's right. So Steve is here watching, and he's going to watch Jacob do something very special for our Light Up a Life. And we need your help. Jacob needs your help as well, because, of course, we do have with us the special buzzer. Okay, so in order to switch the lights on, the tree lights on, I need you to count with me from 5 down to 1. And then when we hit 1, Jacob is going to press the buzzer, and we will see, hopefully, all the wonderful tree lights come on. Can you help me to do that? Wonderful. Okay, let's start. A nice loud 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and go. Wow. Look what you did. Isn't that fantastic? So, ladies and gentlemen, please give another round of applause for Jacob and also for his dad, Steve, as well. Okay. We're going now to invite this wonderfully dressed gentleman here just to step forward. And we will listen in silence to a beautiful bagpipe lament. Ladies and gentlemen, can I please invite you to extinguish your individual candles now, please, for safety purposes. We will now hear a short prayer read by the Reverend David Hutchison, who is a member of our spiritual and pastoral support team.
We pray. May Light Up a Life
bring us light in the midst of darkness, warmth in the memories we have of our loved ones, the companionship of one another, comfort, strength, and peace. Although our loved ones are no longer physically with us, they live on in our hearts. Amen.
Thank you, David. If you're anything like me, putting thoughts and feelings into words can be quite a challenge at times. And at other moments, the words of another seem to just hit the nail on the head. So as we draw to a close for our Light Up a Life 2022, let's listen now to the words of a poem published only this year by Donna Ashworth as part of her collection entitled Loss. The poem we listen to this evening is entitled Once a Day, and that will be read by one of our wonderful volunteers, Jackie Taylor.
Once a Day by Donna Ashworth. Don't miss me more than once a day, for life is moving fast. Don't wish all of your time away, dreaming of the past. Don't waste the moment looking at the things I left behind. I'm not there anymore, my love. Your heart is where you'll find me. Don't dread to say my name, sweet one. Don't fear the shadow of sadness. Just take the love you had for me and turn it into gladness. Some days your anger will rush out. Your tears will find their way to me. Wherever I am then, I'll soothe them all away. When I am gone, don't miss me more than once or twice a day. There's so much life to live, my love. I'm with you all the way.
Just a round of applause. Thank you. Thank you so much, Jackie. So as we near the end of our Light Up a Life event for 2022, I'd like to invite Dr. Mike Stockton to return to the stage to say a few closing words.
Thank you, Lawrence. So it seems right and fitting to draw our Light of a Life event to a close by pausing for just a moment to own and engender a sense of hope. Hope is something that is deeply embedded and embodied in our hospice tradition. Hope acts like a lighthouse, calling us forward when skies are dark and the seas are treacherous. At St. Gemma's, we have a real sense of privilege. We know that we are all walking each other home. We are walking alongside our patients and families during some of the most difficult times. Over the last year, it has been your generosity that has enabled to continue to deliver this vital service to our community, to the people of Leeds. Thank you for remembering us. Thank you for supporting us. Thank you for reaching out to others whose name you may never know. On behalf of the entire St. Gemma's team, allow me to wish you all a meaningful, a peaceful, and a hope-filled Christmas. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mike. What better way to end our Light Up a Life 2022 event by joining our voices together again to sing our final carol, which will be Hark the Herald Angels Sing. And while this carol will bring our Light Up a Life to an end, immediately after the song, in good St. Gemma's tradition, we will have our roll of honor, recalling the names of so many people we remember here tonight. Let's join our voices together as we sing Hark the Herald Angels Sing. Thank you so much, everyone, for sharing your lovely voices with us this evening. I think mine's going a bit. I don't know where it is. Probably headed back to Newcastle. So thank you to Lady Anna Ogden, to Jonathan Mountford, the St. Gemma's Choir, Liz Welburn, the City of Leeds Pipe Band, Liz Whitaker, the pupils and staff of the Immaculate Heart of Mary Catholic Primary School Choir, and the staff and pupil of Our Lady of Good Counsel Catholic Primary School Choir. Finally, our sincere thanks to all the other nameless volunteers and members of staff who have worked tirelessly to make our Light Up Alive 2022 celebration a success. Thank you all. I think this is where I always get it slightly wrong. excuse me, my pronunciation. I'm just over a year in Yorkshire, so sometimes trying to get my tongue around the correct pronunciation of names is not always as good as it could be or should be. But I'm sure you'll forgive me. So I think I just want to say huge thanks to the Driglington Brass Band here, who are brilliant and have been absolutely fantastic with us. So a big warm welcome and thanks to them as well. Thank you. I wish you all a very pleasant evening, and we now turn over to the roll of honour.
Thank